Hi, everyone, and welcome to this panel discussion with some of the authors of Inspired Connections, which has dropped live on Amazon about an hour ago. And we're already getting some awesome responses. Congratulations, everyone, and welcome. My name is Crystal Hill. I'm the founder of Hill House Publishing, and I really love creating and publishing books with thought leaders and way showers and incredible women like these on the panel here who have a massive purpose in this world, here to change the world, bring more positivity, bring more empowerment to the planet. So welcome, everyone. Let's go around the circle. Sam, would you like to go first and share with everyone who you are and what inspired you to join this book?
Sure. How's it going, everybody? My name is Sam Bowker. Look, you know what inspired me to join this was that a beautiful friend of mine who I met a few years ago shared that she was going to be taking part in this book. And we have kind of been on this journey together of growth and just expanding consciousness. And so when she said she was doing it, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm doing it. I'll do it, before I even knew anything about it. So that's kind of how I came to be a part of it. And my mission with being a part of this, once I kind of looked a little deeper into it, especially with the title Inspired Connections, I really do believe that, you know, as a group of people, when you get a group of people together, we really can massively impact people on a large scale. And so my vision and mission is all about helping 1 billion people get happy. And so I thought, why not better to join with a group of awesome ladies here who've all got amazing stories to share and put it out into the world, really. So that's kind of how it started. That's how I ended up here. And I guess the reason I wanted to share the story that I've shared within the pages is From Innocence to Addiction, is that I know that my past has always, in the past, my past and my fear of sharing my past had stopped me from being in the present moment and really kind of exploding into what I've got the capacity to share within in the world. So I kind of wanted to get that monkey off my back by sharing that story and show people that it doesn't matter where you've been or what trauma you've been through or what your life experience has been through. You can either use it as an excuse to stop moving forward, or you can use it, as your purpose and your vision for propelling yourself forward, which is what I've done. So that's about the size of it, really. And I mean, I get to hang out with all these cool ladies. So it's been an epic journey that I'm super grateful to be a part of. Thanks, Crystal.
Mm-hmm. I love that, Sam. And I think you're bringing up a really important point about, our story and the shame that we can feel about our story, especially if it's got stigma attached to it, is such a huge thing to come out with. And it takes courage to do that. And that's why I love these multi-author containers where everyone's coming out with it at the same time and we're really held in it. And the comments I often get is like, from authors saying, I've gone deep into my story because I know everybody else is as well, and I'm feeling really held. And so, yeah, when we can do it, we give permission to our clients and the world to do it as well. So I love that you brought that point up. Thank you, Sam.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's been super fun.
Oh, it's been
And I got to
amazing.
bring my friends with me. Beautiful Miss Melissa Alba, my friend.
Yes, that's right. Let's move over to Melissa. Hello, welcome here, and congratulations on also becoming an author, a published author. Not quite a bestseller yet. We're working on it. So everybody, please go and get our book. I'll drop the link in a minute. Melissa, why don't you introduce yourself and why you joined the book?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me, first of all. I feel so grateful and humbled, and just I know that this is going to be the doorway that, leads to many other doorways. And so I joined this book because Sam Bowker, she's my life coach. I've been working with her for probably in about August will be 2 years. So I had the opportunity given to me through Sam, and she said, you need to meet this woman. You need to look at this opportunity. I think it would be great for you and your voice and, that younger generation, in terms of, you're going through this phase of really utilizing your voice and showing your truth and opening up a doorway for the younger generation in a way that we really haven't seen before. So I am a self-directed healing practitioner, and basically what I do is I help people move through trauma that they've had within their bodies, and I actually show them how to heal themselves, and I give them the tools to be able to help them heal themselves. And I wouldn't be in the position that I am in if it wasn't for you, Sam. So from the bottom of my heart, I'm so grateful for you. You're an absolute blessing to my life. And yeah, I'm so grateful to be a part of this entire opportunity with all these beautiful co-authors. I can't believe I have the opportunity to be alongside of so many great minds and like-minded people. But again, the book is called Inspired Connections. I cannot wait to read everyone's chapters. It's something that we've been talking about it daily, but I'm just so excited that today's a day. We're launching today. I get to read about how everyone's experience has been so far reading, going through the process of journaling and then going through the process of obviously, becoming an author. It's been amazing. My takeaway that I would like for the readers to actually take away is, so my chapter was specifically around how to heal in a relationship that is ending. So I'm a really firm believer in the grief process that we go through, whether or not that relationship is with a friend, a partner, a family member that has passed or that is living, that the grief stages are really quite similar. And personally, it was very confronting for me. Personally, in the past, I have self-sabotaged my process and actually, really delayed my process in healing. And I wanted to talk about the process of healing throughout grief and really facing it and confronting it and helping people navigate really that, yes, it's great to turn to external forces like a life coach or a healer or someone that does Reiki or a psychologist. That's amazing. And that's a great step to take when you're wanting to go through grief and acknowledge that. But it really starts with you. And it starts with you having self-empowerment to not actually self-sabotage and to actually face and confront the really painful process of grieving and healing. And I want the takeaway to be, it all starts with you, really just tuning into yourself daily. There's parts where I help people just with different little tools to apply every day to do some sort of self-care ritual. So, I hope everyone is inspired by my chapter and that they equally don't feel alone in their grief.
You're so awesome, girlfriend. I'm so excited, and also a bit proud mama bear, I got to say, because the fact that I did get to work with you for the last couple of years, and what I love about you, Mel, is that she pretty much jumped into this in the same way I did. I was asked, and I was like, yes. I just said yes before I even knew anything more, and Mel was the same, and I just think that that's a true credit to just who you are as a human being, and also I'm going to claim the people that I call into my world that are doing the same thing, because I think once you raise your vibration to that place where you go, you know what, and the book is called Inspired Connections, right? And so I think with the the trailblazers of women in this book, I can't wait to read the stories as well, because it's like it was a full yes before half of us even knew more about it. It was like, sure, yes, okay.
100%. Yeah, thank you so much, Crystal. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, appreciate it.
And I think it's a beautiful testimony that we attract the women into our lives, into our reality, that are like us and that have had similar paths. So again, for the reader, for the listeners right now out there, if you resonate with these two women, go and reach out to them and see what they've got to offer. Read their chapters. I'm going to put the link here again, and then see what they've got to offer. Every author has a free offer in the book that you can get, so you can enter into their worlds. And it just also shows that when we say yes and work out the rest later, when we trust that gut instinct, it hasn't let you down, has it? I mean, you're here, you've now becoming best-selling authors today, which is so exciting. But let's move over to Sue. Sue, welcome. Thank you for being on this panel. I'd love to hear who you are, what you're doing in the world, and why you joined this book.
Oh, thank you so much. And wow, it's so beautiful to spend this time with everyone. And at this end of the journey, it's absolutely delicious. So on that theme of saying yes energetically, when it's the right time, right way, right place, is what I really believe in, and that things will happen perfectly, and they are already happening perfectly. And this is very much what I'm teaching in my work with women leaders. My company has been around for 20 years. I've been doing this coaching work, and there's been so many changes in the coaching industry over that time, and it feels to me that we've gone past the era of the blunt instrument and the linear thinking and, you know, going for big, hairy, audacious goals and all that stuff. It's much, much more subtle and fine and nuanced. And my message for the women particularly who have been almost having to stay on the sidelines and watch everyone else doing their thing in this big performative way, we're now finding through, you know, recovery from all the uncertainty and the trauma that we've all been experiencing, whether it's generational, whether it's in your life, whether it's because of pandemic, whatever it is, everyone seems to be acutely aware nowadays that there's this uncertainty and there's this different vibration around, and how we're grabbing hold of that now is really going to determine the future and the pathway for everybody. It's a hugely transformational time. And so I had a total energetic yes to Crystal as soon as she invited me about a year before we even did this. But I was doing something else at the time and the mind said no. And it wasn't aligning for me yet at that stage. And then we connected again in this particular iteration, and it was yes again energetically, and my mind was still saying, oh, I'm not sure about this because I've tried it before and it didn't work out. And, you know, so I was really living in that yes, no, maybe. And these are the people I meet all the time. People are, you know, we've had some hard knocks, we've been through some challenges, and we're still called forward. And so I think the beauty of this book is that we have such a diversity of amazing authors, amazing stories, and yet in a sense we're all connecting with the same principle, is that we are living in a world of huge possibility, and it's a matter of being willing to say yes and being receptive to what's available as support. And there is so much support right now. My invitation is for people to read this book, enjoy everything, immerse yourself, reflect on your own experience, and take away the sense that you can trust yourself to be on purpose. You can be living on purpose right now. You don't have to discover your purpose. You will actually live your purpose as you relax into and give yourself full permission to actually be yourself. And yeah, there's no one right way to do anything anymore. It's all very it's an incredibly creative time. So yes, that's my chapter is particularly about my own discovery of that truth. As I look back on these many amazing relationships in my life that have been as if there are lights along the path that you see in the darkness, and you see them when you look back. And those lights were these eyes of light that are the people who I've met, who invited me to something or challenged me in some other way, or who I actually fell in love with and caused decisions to occur that defined my pathway in life. And that I get to do this work now with women in leadership and help them find their voice, stand in their power, know their purpose, and actually deliver on their mission and, you know, raise everyone up. So I'm very, very excited to see what people are going to think of my chapter. One of my contacts has already grabbed a piece of it and made a little Canva thing and started sharing it on social media. And I'm like, wow, you've already read it and you've got the quote. This is so exciting.
I love that, Mel. We're going to have to get onto our, friends and say, "Hoi, lift your game."
I know. I didn't even know you could do that, right? And then
I love that.
I was with another group this morning where it was like quite mixed reactions and ambivalent. And that's all fine. You know, there was a time when I used to feel really disappointed about the ones that didn't like. and really hopeful that maybe the next one would like whatever I was offering. And now I'm just finding it's okay. It's okay for some people not to like. We don't have to please everybody.
Yeah, Sue, isn't that the most empowering experience when you get to a point where you actually, and I believe everyone wants to get to this place where we can actually put our whatever out into the world and be okay because we're okay with what we've done. And if other people like it, that's a bonus, but it doesn't matter because we're okay with it. I think that's true freedom. I think that really is. And I honestly think that, with the work all of us do, we're all, working in the wellness, coaching, health, healing. We're all working in that field. And I think, and Crystal, with what you do for a living, you're giving us the power to go out and put our stories out there. The fear associated with, are they going to like it? Will they accept it? What will they think? And I definitely know for me writing that this story has been a huge piece because you're worried about letting down the people that you love, your parents, your siblings, your daughter. You're worried what might your story have, or what might they feel or think about that. So I think that's Sue, I really relate with that.
Thank you. Yes, we've all lived through quite a journey these last few months in showing ourselves, and thank you, Crystal, for the space you've held for that.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, and I just love seeing when things really come to the surface, and when you all are moving through these fears and, oh my God, what will people think? And then you come out on the other side and say, well, this is me and this is my story and I embody this. And so it creates a greater expansion in who you are and how you can show up and how you can serve, because now it's out. It creates a deeper sense of magnetism for the work that you're doing, so you can attract those who truly resonate, and the others will just trickle away. So the time wasters will just move away, so that everyone who's now coming into your world because of this book and say, here's my story, this is who I am, will either deeply resonate with you or move away. And that's what I love as well.
I love too that there's plenty of room for people to be different. We don't all have to be the same.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing I really love about this book is, as you said, so the diversity, and really we've got the elders in the book who've gone through, their a lot of their life's journey. Then we've got the mothers, and then we've got a few maidens as well. And so the perspectives are just all very different and beautiful, and each one holds something very powerful. A very beautiful voice. Let's go around rapid fire. One more sentence, your intention for the reader. We've touched on the intention for the reader with this book, but we're bringing this book into the world. Yesterday we had this beautiful launch ceremony where we sang our intentions into the grid of the world. So let's just recapture those and bring them alive with this book that we're birthing, with this topic of inspired connections and unleashing a deeper level of deeper relationships. What is your intention for the reader and for the world?
Oh.
Small question. Just a small question.
Yes. That's why I'm pausing and breathing and giving it space to emerge.
My intention is to help people, to help people release, let go, accept and surrender their past, so that they can step into their present and go out into the future unapologetically as their fabulous self.
Oh, I love that.
Beautiful.
You helped me do that. Thank you. That was a big question, Crystal. I don't know how I'm going to follow up on Sam on that, but I was actually getting ready this morning in my bathroom, as I always do, and I put a bit of music on and I was dancing and I was vibing, and I put on one of my auntie's favorite songs, and I wrote about her in the book, the one that had committed suicide. And I think one of the things that I have learned through writing this chapter was reliving grief, and personally just processing the grief and seeing different perspectives now as myself at 33 versus when I was younger. And I think one of the key messages I want people to take away is that they actually know who they are themselves, and that they don't feel that they have to be influenced by external forces. They don't have to self-sabotage anymore. They don't have to bury how they feel or avoid how they're feeling, or turn off that light and not see what's actually happening in their life. I want people to actually be in tune with themselves and be confident and comfortable with who they are, and actually face the grief and be able to walk away and go, do you know what, this is who I am. I'm not perfect, but this is who I am. This is my journey. And, you know, one of the biggest things that popped into my head when I was doing my makeup this morning was, where have I been my whole life? This is who I am. So I want people to walk away and feel the same way.
This is
Where
me.
have I been all my life? Yes.
The song from The Greatest Showman. This is me.
I know it's probably a bit long-winded. I don't know how to go after Sam, and that I didn't prepare for that question. I'm sorry. You know, this is organic.
You did really well. And I think you left us with a really powerful one. Where have I been all my life? This is me. And I want everybody to be who they are. So thank you, Melissa.
That's okay.
Sue.
Well, the one word that just keeps resonating for me is love. And I've written about love a lot in my chapter. And it's not just romantic love or lusty love, it can be, but to be fully embodied with love in a very tantric sense of the universal access to love for everything. So you can love a little spider and the little legs of the spider. You can love the way that this particular flower is so beautiful. You can love the pumpkin that you're cutting. You can love yourself. There are so many ways to fall in love every moment. And sometimes even simply being in a conversation with someone and sitting there and really listening, really seeing and really appreciating this human being. My invitation is to, and I hope that people find this in my chapter, is that if we follow some kind of practice or activity that we really enjoy, that really lights us up. For me, it's dance. I love dance and I love being in nature. And whenever I'm in either of those two environments and really let myself go and surrender, it just brings love. The whole vibration is love. And we're talking about raising vibration. And really that's what I want people to be I want them to have that taste of that possibility, that I could live in love.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, in your intention, it really the clarity comes in it's about this present moment, and what we do in this present moment. It's not about the future or the past. It's about what do we create right here, right now. How do we step into love in this moment with ourselves, with accepting what is and dealing with what is as well through the acceptance. So thank you all for sharing your wisdom, your stories, and your humor in this book. And may it fly wide and far, and may it touch the hearts and minds of those who need to read it when they need to read it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
And fingers crossed, Amazon bestseller, people.